to the right of us, you get a look inside Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here comes Smith. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there. Second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it first and 10. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. First and 10, Newton. Quick hitch, complete. It's Shepard. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. On on second down, McCaffrey. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. Completes it to Dixon. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The shotgun snap for Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Russell Shepard, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Before we see this next possession, you and I were talking before the game about the AFC playoff picture. You got the Pats and the Steelers at 7-2. Those are your best records in that conference. Chiefs at 6-3. Really, they're running away with the AFC West.
Yeah, and that's a surprise, isn't it? Because in preseason, well, I shouldn't say all, but most of us probably thought the AFC West was the toughest division in football. But Denver has fallen off the pace. The Raiders have been a little bit of a disappointment, and the Chargers just can't gain traction. So right now, it's Kansas City's division to lose. And if they get home field, could you imagine all those teams having to visit Kansas City? One of the best atmospheres in the game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Thomas Davis's versatility was first on display in college. Played safety and linebacker there. Drafted in the NFL, they weren't sure what they wanted to do with him. He settled in and become a Pro Bowl outside linebacker. How about his coverage ability, though? Swatting down that pass.
And how about that last name?
I kind of like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I'm gonna show up at the family reunion whether they want me to or not.
Well, that's all right. I give it about a C+. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And this one complete to Smith. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Throwing now is Wentz. Smith catches left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander and just...
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So the offense taking over in just a second. But You know, last year, going off the script a little bit, so much talk around Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, who would go one, who would go two, and will they pan out? Well, this year, they are both panning out really well.
They certainly are, and they went 1 and 2. Jared Goff, number 1 to the Rams. Wentz, number 2 to the...
It's caught inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Devin Funchess from 21 yards away. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gano out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Second down following the run. So now they put it in the hands of Jeffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it here. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. On first and 10, here's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, here's Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's Wentz. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Charles Johnson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And the Panthers coming out now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. Newton on first down. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Wentz to throw on second down. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy who can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Forced out to his left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Here's Newton now on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target that time, Brenton Burson. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They run again with Ajayi. And he's got room. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 48 yards. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, 29 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Michael Kendricks, from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Big hold of the 30. Funches with a catch over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. From the 50, Newton. There's a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be caught by Funches for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funches, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Gano out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. Got to take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Working from the gun, Wentz. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Thomas Davis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Now Wentz got to have this one. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a first down throw for Newton. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Shepard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Russell Shepard with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Gano now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Gano out to kick this one away. Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Mario Addison in there to get him for a loss of 5. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And now running right through it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Wentz now on 1st down. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 61 yards. And the Eagles get a score closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. Here, back man. Stand up.
Now receiver in motion left. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
4th quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Avoids him at the 40. And down to the 36-yard line here. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Russell Shepard, 36 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Wentz now to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And he connects with Ertz. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Wentz now on first down. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Brent Selleck, 44 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2-by-2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. 10 yards still left on second down. Throwing is Wentz. To the right side, caught by Selleck. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing now is Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Again, it's Wentz. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Throwing here, Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drop. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here, they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity.